It is your turn. It's your place, and all flies are welcome today.
The sun is shining, nice and bright. The birds are chirping,
and I'm ready to fly.
Time to get ready
for another day.
No one can stop us. We gon' learn to play. Every day we learn and play.
We do our best,
so we'll be great. You do your best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready. Cause it's about that time. Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning,
dance and play.
Good morning,
start today.
Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning,
reach for the sky.
Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do?
Good morning.
You see me on my grind.
Stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over.
Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to shine too. So let me hear you say, every day we gonna learn to play.
All right. Hey, it's your day. It's coming your way. This is Rolling Out AM, and we are proud to say it is Romeo International, you see. Portia Monique from the D. And we are here to say, Rolling Out AM, wake up, and have a beautiful day. What's going on, everybody? With Portia Monique.
Yeah, we're echoing. Y'all can't find my headset.
You're echoing. It's the echo in here.
Echo. I can't find my headset.
It's an echo in here.
Good morning, everybody, man. I'm glad to be here on this Thursday. Shout out to Brent, Shirley Carter checking in early. Very excited to talk about what took place last evening. Very excited about the guest today. And shout out to the 40K people that tuned in last night to the Twitter watch party. I appreciate everybody's comments, whether it was for or against. As long as there was a conversation being held, it was pretty good. So I'm excited about the day, man. I'm excited about the election. I'm excited to vote. I'm excited to get people excited to vote. I'm excited to be excited about exciting people to vote. So I think this is going to be definitely a moment in the history mirrored to the Obama era. So we'll see how this goes, man.
I don't know about mirrored to all that good talk you was talking, Romeo. You sound like a newscaster. You should have took, but I was so tired of thank you. I'm like, come on, what you thanking him for? What is you thanking him for? Like, can you get over the thank you and just be like, you're being rude. Like, what's the thank you about? Thank you.
I think that was the comeback that she really practiced because she didn't want to appear to be brash, maybe, but that's your job.
You lost control.
There was no control. There was
lost control.
That's why.
At some point, you are out of order, sir. You are out of order. Like you're out of order. You want to be polite. You're out of order. You're out of line. You've broken the rules. There has to be a penalty for that nonsense.
Cut the mics. Like, what's wrong with cutting the mics? People so. And she was just, thank you, sir. We have to. No. I need to finish. Who are we talking to?
I should be cutting the mic. I think whoever does that should lose an answer. You don't get to answer this. You get to sit.
How do you control that? Because like she was trying to control it last night. He kept saying no.
He just told you how to control it, Portia. He said you go in the penalty box, just like in hockey. In hockey, you go in the penalty box. Even in debate, there are penalties. You lose your round. You can't go to the next round.
How do you lose your round?
She doesn't get to, you don't, there's no rebuttal. You lose a rebuttal.
Time out, because we saw that a couple of times last night where he quote unquote lost his round and she came back and asked him a new question. And before he answered the new question, which was a non-answer, he went back to the other question and answered it.
What you're not understanding is, so
not choosing to understand, Romeo.
Right.
You're right.
Before what me and Munson are saying is, before the next question is asked, she clearly states, you do not get to answer this question. You've lost the right to answer.
He does what? Like, and then when he does what?
No, then she would get like 4 minutes, Portia. Like mathematically, he would have begun to lose time. Like he was gaining time. So when they compared time, which was way off, he would begin to lose time. See, there's no loss. So you want to be a bully. In this era, they just continue to bull down those the truth. Like he don't want to talk about science.
So I understand what y'all saying, but what prevents him in his next answer to go back to the previous question that was asked and answer it?
Because what he would have really been painfully having to do is hear Kamala talk for 4 minutes. Then if he did it again, she would have talked for 8 minutes. And then all of a sudden he'd been like, ooh, I'm off.
I don't think they would do that. Like they're bullies. So
it's not about them. It's about the people that are supposed to be moderating aren't moderating. Like you can't say thank you 200 times. You're talking about, I was like, thank you. That's inappropriate. Like that's not the response. Thank you. The person is being rude. The person is being disruptive. And then the person has a fly on his head.
Because what your team is going to tell you is, hey man, you got to shut up because you keep giving her time. She's up to 8 minutes now. You can only speak for 2 minutes. You got to shut up.
I just don't see how they would comply with those rules. Even if
it wasn't any rules. You don't have rules. It's 2 times.
The makeup rules that you guys are proposing, I just don't see where they would comply. They don't listen.
It wouldn't be about him. She wouldn't come back to you. You would be like, oh, and come on, here's your next question is.
And he would just have to interject, and he's going to interject.
No, he wouldn't be able to interject. You can't talk.
How can he not talk? Are they going to?
Because the rules are set. 2 fouls. You know, Portia, it's basketball. It's just like in basketball. You can't get 8 fouls in basketball.
8 fouls.
What would be the difference? What would be the difference?
You didn't hear what I said. It's a real penalty. See, there's no penalty. Thank you is not a penalty. I didn't get that. Thank you. Out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order. Now, parliamentarians, they say it all the time. You're out of order. You're out of order. Now, I didn't understand the concept of thank you.
Because what she was trying to do was, well, I'll give you 15 more seconds. I'll give you 30 more. She was so trying to be fair. You take that fairness away. The reason that he kept speaking is because he knew he could without a penalty. What we're saying is, oh, this is the penalty of time. Oh, it'll click in after that first 4 minutes of just listening to her. Oh, he'll shut up.
Oh, I get what you guys are saying in theory. I don't think it's going to work in practice. That's all I'm saying.
We understand. But thank you did not work at all.
Thank you didn't work. And I was disappointed in Susan because I had high expectations of her.
I mean, Susan didn't have a tool. There had to be a result and a penalty. Thank you is not a penalty.
Susan. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you can't, like Susan.
Ooh, word.
I'm sorry.
Word.
It was coming over this morning.
I think my disappointment was, and I had said this yesterday, and it had nothing to do with her being a woman. It had everything to do with y'all are choosing moderators. I get it. They got credibility, this, that, and the third. Y'all are choosing moderators who clearly aren't built for this type of debate. They was probably built for the presidential race before, but they're not built for this. Like, get somebody who's built for this. Like, whoever's on this last one, please let it be Samuel L. Jackson. Please let it.
Or at worst, you know, when you say and you talk about somebody, it needs to be somebody with television that clearly understands how to moderate.
April Ryan. What's going on with April Ryan? Oh, if she was to moderate the one next week, if they have it, do you know that would definitely be a comedy show, and I think she would be able to handle both candidates. And the president can't stand her. So it would be very interesting to see the dynamics of how he tries to shut her down and how she comes back at him. So that would be very interesting to see.
Where they going? You need to get the dude that hosts the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion.
And
Get
they
him.
torn.
Yeah,
I'm trying to start my watch party, y'all.
where they acting. So, but I will say I actually I really sat and enjoyed it. I did have a. I don't think no one gained ground. I think she held her ground. I think he was expected to do whatever. I didn't. For me, there was no. There was no rush. It was just okay. This is what it is. So, that's how I felt from it. I don't know if you guys felt like a surge of energy after it was over with, but it just felt like it was supposed to be what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I'll crack it up in the comments. First off, Taru. Okay, it is an AM morning show. Thank you very much. He's talking about potty mouth. And then D Shield said, I work in white corporate America for men who look like Vice President Pence. So I know how condescending they speak to us. Yep. But Iris Baker, she said, well, you can get a black person to moderate that will tell them to shut the F up when the other one is talking, which is what we'll do. So I agree, girl.
This guy and answered nothing. Brent Reborn, Mike Pence was garbage and answered nothing.
He answered not one question.
That was my other issue. Outside of the moderator, like y'all don't have a rule where they have to actually answer what you ask them. Like I've never seen somebody say, "Hey, what color is the sky?" Well, the grass, huh? I didn't. What? The grass?
Follow anybody's rules, though. Like that's the thing with that administration.
She was caught up on her questions. Like she forgot that she was moderating. It's kind of like a DJ. You get there and it's a birthday party, nobody's dancing it, and you don't even try to get anybody on the floor. Like she wasn't really being a moderator. So all these people sit and think that they can just ask questions. No, the moderator should set some tones, some expectations. And that she was just hoping, no, she looked like a woman that had covered the White House and was in print media. That day's over. That like your approach to a dude that literally couldn't stand to tell the truth. Like it couldn't come out of his mouth. It was
man.
But when they heard the truth, it was Walking Dead.
High face.
The statement he made about, first of all, you got Breonna Taylor's name wrong. Let's start with that, sir. But the fact that you made a clear statement saying, I don't think there's systemic racism. What?
Like why he said that. Like it was almost like it was the point that he practiced that he thought somebody was gonna bring up. And so since nobody brought it up, he felt like he had to bring it up. Like what? Could have kept going with that one.
That was his whole hoping to change the narrative, but nobody was following his trail.
Right. I didn't get that.
That was amazing. The conversation. Now, I think we talk about this all the time. Conversations that you can't have. A man cannot have a conversation about women's rights or their bodies. So for him to say, or the Roe versus Wade and I get it, pro-choice, whether you're pro-choice or whatever like that. But for you as a male to make a law about women and their body and their rights, brother, you way out of line about that. I can give a flying flip what the law is. I don't feel like no man has the right to say, hey, women, you can and you can't do this. Nah, he didn't even answer that. So that was interesting enough. Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
Hi. Good
How are you
morning.
doing this morning?
Wonderful. How are you?
Just trying to take it easy and breathe. You guys got me thinking about that ridiculous show last night. It was really more like a show than, I don't know, just some teenagers. Let me not insult Kamala, right? Like, she did a good job, but like you said, him denouncing, or not even denouncing, but just saying white supremacy doesn't exist was like wild to me.
Right.
Last night was pretty wild.
They're going down. I think we're gonna win. I mean, he sounded like he was trying to say, I'm feeling really bad right now, but I still have to toe the line. I mean, you know, when you've been a yes man, the last thing to be is a yes man. Like, have something, stamina, something, courage. But he's towing the line so hard, you know, it was horrible. And a little bitty insect stole your show.
That was the best part of it, honestly.
Like the gods created memes that nobody can anticipate. I recognize that color. It's graveyard gray. It's a sign of something dead inside.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Graveyard gray, Carrie.
It definitely did steal the show, that little bug. We were like, please let it fly back. That would be karma.
It stayed there for 2 minutes. Like, it was so distracting. I don't know if we heard anything that was going on during the time that the fly was on the head. Everybody was so busy taking pictures.
He had a news conference after. They had a news conference, see? Woods.
So funny. But you know what's not funny is that if he is to win with all of the lies that they're sharing for this campaign, then you know, we really have to start getting ourselves together. Munson's like, don't say that. Well, I'm glad you're thinking very positive.
I'm not even putting that energy into the universe. He was conceding last night. He really was conceding.
Have you all watched Social Dilemma?
I have.
So you know about the algorithms, Romeo, and how things are geared to make us look at it, right? Whatever we're thinking about. So I tried to break the algorithm, and I looked at MAGA and Trump 2020 hashtags, and what I saw was just so amazing to me. Like, they really think that he won the debate last night, just like people who are more liberal really think Kamala won. And it's just sad to see how polarized we are right now. It's really sickening when I watch the things that, or looked under those hashtags to see that so many people felt like he did an excellent job. So we're really divided right now, but I really hope that we figure out some middle ground on some of these issues. It's so sad that we're so on opposite ends of the spectrum right now.
I'm glad you said
that. Go ahead, Roman.
No, I'm glad you said that, because even on the Twitter watch party of last night, and I'm watching conversations now. I'm watching conversations in two parts. What is real conversation and what is bots? And even with those hashtags of Pence, and you know, I'm being even. I'm looking at Kamala Harris and I'm looking at Pence's hashtags. People are in true belief of every single point that he made, as if he was dominating the debate. And you're reading this, and I'm like, people cannot be living in this fairy tale, but people are really living in this fairy tale. They're really living in this fairy tale.
But you gotta remember, when you join a cult, you believe what the leader says. And when you join that group, they're playing a 2016 model. It's not working. White folk know they broke. They clearly know that they got COVID. It's not like COVID isn't in Wyoming anymore. You know, it was cool when it was just in Detroit. It was cool when COVID was just in Chicago. Now, COVID is in the White House. Yeah. So you can't, it's things that they denied that white people are like, no, I can't trust you. They're white people that have lost their parents.
Nope.
Now,
parents, spouses, kids, crazy.
I got something for you.
Unemployment. Go ahead.
I got something for you. When you said it's true that COVID is in the White House, actually, the way he played it last night, COVID's not in the White House. Remember, I don't know if y'all caught this when she asked about why did y'all have that big thing on the lawn and everybody was there in no mask. That man said, "Well, everyone had a choice." Hold on, Mr. VP of the free world. You're supposed to at least mandate the choice. Right. Now you're saying that, oh, those people that got sick from being there at the White House, it was a choice of theirs not to participate in wearing a mask. Come on, bro. I need you to, like, I paid attention last night, Carrie. I paid close attention last night.
It sounds like it, Romeo.
No, dude is good. What I'm encouraging all my young people, all my millennials, what I'm encouraging people is, if you're not into politics, cool, but you got to be in the listening. You got to be in the listening, and you got to make sure that you hear every single thing that a person says, because if you don't, what you're going to do is you're going to get caught up in the election. Like Carrie said, you're going to get caught up in the fairy tale where when you go to the poll, you're going to recognize, even if you don't know the person, you're going to recognize a name. This is my fear, Portia. People are going to go to the poll. They're going to recognize a name. They're going to see a name that they don't know, but they're going to recollect the conversation where they heard the name. They're not going to be able to attach the name to what they hear, so they're going to hit the vote button for it anyway, not knowing who they're voting for. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. They're not going to attach who they're voting for a political right. They're just going to go off of remembrance. Oh, I heard that name somewhere.
Name is real in voting, for sure.
So I'm just going to vote for it.
Elections have been won on is name recognition. Like, and that happens a lot, Romeo. That's why it's important, it's imperative that we find out what's on the ballot. You can look at the ballot beforehand. We need to figure out what websites that you can go to, but I know last time I voted, I was able to get a copy of the ballot, to see who was on it, to research the names. I wrote down all the names so that when I did go to the polls, I knew exactly who I was voting for. So it's very imperative that you do your research beforehand, because you can and have a plan when you get to the polls, not just try to remember everybody that you said you wanted to vote for. Actually have a plan, have it written down. These are the people. You don't necessarily have to, I don't even know, because I think they tried to make it to where you couldn't vote straight party ticket anymore, but you don't even have to do that. Just research everybody's name, make sure that you give yourself enough time, pace yourself. It doesn't have to be done in a day. And by the time November 3rd comes around, you'll have your plan of action. You'll go to the polls. You know exactly who you're voting for, and you'll feel good and confident about yourself because you did the homework. You did the pre-work. And so once game time comes, you already know that you won the game. So
There you go.
Absolutely. Have to agree with you there. I thank you both for like explaining that, and Romeo for calling to the young people, because someone asked me yesterday, Munson hates when I play devil's advocate like this, but he asked me, or someone asked me, do you think that someone 21 may have noticed a difference in their lives from the time of Bush's presidency to Obama to now? And I just want to know what you guys' answer is. Like, if you're not paying attention to politics, would you notice a difference in your life? This is for all the people, Romeo, who say, like, I'm not into politics. So I wonder, would those same people notice a difference in their lives throughout these different administrations?
So how old are they right now? They're 21?
They're 21. They're just turning 21. Have they noticed a difference in these administrations? And is that difference enough to get them to vote? I would love for you guys to speak to the young people who might be watching that, who might say that, because I've heard young people say that, and someone asked me that the other day. Has there been a change in their lives or an effect to their lives if they're only 21 throughout these different administrations?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, even in my house, like we had a debate before the debate about if they were old enough to vote, would they vote? And both of my kids were like, well, you know, we got to vote between the lesser of two evils, and they both did bad things and this and that. And I'm not gonna lie, in all full transparency, I was pissed because I had to stop and think, like, who in the hell raised y'all? But one of my kids said, I just wouldn't vote. I said,
Really?
who are you talking to? I said,
Really?
it's not an option. So then we had to go to school. I had to take them to school about why voting is important. And it just made me second guess all of the education that they've had in the past. And when you think about it, now that they're being homeschooled, you think about all of the teachers that they've had in their lives, and you kind of think about what their beliefs were, and you put them in their hands, and they're teaching your kids what they wanted to teach them. And then you get to this age where they sit up and be like, they think that voting is a choice. I'm like, I'm taking y'all to vote every single time that there was an election, and for you to let it come out your mouth that I wouldn't vote because I don't know if you thought it was cute. I don't know if you thought it was a slick thing to say. I don't know if you thought it was a cool thing to say, but you sat up there and said, I would not vote. So we had real conversation.
Thank you for keeping it real about that, because, and that's who I want to figure out. How do we reach them and show them that it has impacted their lives, these different administrations? Like, how do you do that? And like you, I get fired up about this stuff, and it's like, how do I stay calm and let people know you still need to participate in this process?
Yes. And so my mom was in the conversation with us last night, and she basically just said I needed to change my tone, take a different approach. What I was saying wasn't wrong, but he couldn't receive it because I was fired up. I was worked up. But I'm like, you hit a nerve when you said I just wouldn't vote, because that's not an option. And I'm like,
I think many times when you say that, we keep our history buried.
Yes.
Like, literally, you have to show the boys. Here's how they burned up. Here's who? Emmett Till. He didn't make it home. He didn't make it home. Emmett Till was your cousin, whoever his cousin is from San Francisco. He didn't make it home. Here are the lynchings. This wasn't long ago. Here is Trevon Martin. He's wearing a hoodie. He was your age. Like, you got to make sure that they understand that there are individuals their age who are in areas that are voting against their rights and murdering them. You know, so you've got to make sure that those individuals, they can say their names.
And connecting the dots. I like how Senator Harris kept saying, like, don't let me give you a history lesson. You know, we have to share our history and let them know that we did change laws, you know, because Pence was saying, we can't change the rules or whatever. And it's like, no, we have to break these rules that have allowed people to get lynched and allowed things like this to happen. And how do we break those rules with people voting? And I love whoever gave you that feedback, because sometimes people can't receive it if we're angry. So it's like, this is why I have to breathe. So when I do get frustrated by people saying stuff like this, I can explain to them why it's so significant for them to breathe, and that they still have the power, right? We still have power to change our society through these votes, even though I understand voters' apathy, why people feel like corporations run everything. I get it, but it's like, Portia, we got to do our best to like stay calm and explain to people.
And educate as a culture, educate as a moment, like as part of our culture. Everybody's reading Black history books. This is the moment. But don't.
What'd you say, Romeo?
Did y'all hear what Portia said though? Portia said, I really hate agreeing with Portia. But did y'all hear what Portia said? Portia said, outside of her household, who is giving information to her children? What this teacher, and this is the scary part, which everybody wants to deny. This teacher, this influencer, this rapper, this whatever, what information are they feeding into my household to make my child say, well, I don't believe in voting, or I don't believe in doing this? That's the scariest thing, because regardless of what people say, influencers, celebrities, artists, teachers, anybody who has access to you, your children, or your lifestyle, they push a narrative, and you will get caught up in that narrative quick.
And we called ourselves trying to get ahead of it, because when they were in elementary school and middle school, they couldn't watch TV during the week. And I know I'm like, we just limited, right? So no TV at all during the week, period.
Well,
And,
dang.
oh yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
right. Well, we got a guest.
Anyway, y'all, I was fired up.
And Carrie done got our guest breathing, and we're trying to figure out the methodology. But hey, Carl Hill, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What's happening?
Good morning. Well, at least Carl's passing it forward. Our HBCU celebration program, important. Why don't you share who you are with our community and let us know? Obviously, you're a proud Xavier graduate,
That's right.
HBCU, but just give us some insight and give us some motivation. And obviously, you're offering hope to the community.
No problem. So officially, I'm the director for multicultural and community affairs for what we call our East region for our company. So it's pretty much the state of Georgia. So I work for Coca-Cola Bottling Company United. So it's not the Coca-Cola company, and the best way I explain to people is the brother that owns maybe 2 or 3 McDonald's up the street. He doesn't work for McDonald's, but he runs the franchises. So the bottler is like a franchise group for the Coca-Cola company. My bottler pretty much has the Southeast. So everything from Alabama, going to Louisiana, all the way over to Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. So with that, we have the most HBCUs in our footprint than any other North America bottlers. So we call them the Sweet 16 with the 16 HBCUs. So with that, comes a pledge to drive marketing activity and engagement there. And that's something that, I'm directly overseeing, as we do have a team that calls locally on the schools. Now, you mentioned Xavier. I am a proud graduate of Xavier, 3rd generation HBCU alum. My father went to Fort Valley. Mother went to Spelman. Grandfather went to Morehouse. Brother did as well. And then even on my mother's side, South Carolina State, representing for them Bulldogs. So again, very long history with HBCU. So, I'm very proud to not only be amongst you all right now, but make sure you guys know about our HBCUs succeed. And really, it's kind of a virtual program, given that much of the activity on the campuses, football games, homecoming, has ceased with the pandemic. So, we're still trying to be creative with how we engage them. So what you see is a virtual program that allows us to recognize alumni, recognize schools, and then even bring them to life in some of our partner retailers like Walmart. So when you go in, you see your HBCU, and we're bringing awareness to them. In some cases, depending on the school, if they have their own campaign going on, we'll link them back there and get the click and do all that virtual stuff.
Love it.
That's cool. You got to see a lot of homecomings. I just couldn't imagine having a granddad that was literally putting it down. So, just the legacy. I mean, that's it. And Coke United and Coke have a legacy with HBCUs. But when you guys pass it forward, what do the young people learn when they actually participate?
So, we have our Pay It Forward program, which is kind of our signature one that we've been doing for probably in 2014, 2013. It started off by the Coca-Cola company. And I don't know if you guys remember Mr. Harvey. Steve Harvey was kind of face the campaign, and even got Tyrese involved. And when it went away nationally, we locally kept it going. And really what it is a deep, we call it internship experience, immersion into the business, right? Because, I've been with T-Mobile, I've been with Coca about 6 years, but I worked with T-Mobile for about 10. So when you think about it, when I came over to Coke, things that are like distribution and warehouse logistics and quality assurance. And nobody talked about that in my school. In fact, when I went to Xavier, I was sales and marketing. My wife, who I met at Xavier, and she was bio pre-med. So, that was kind of the natural avenue for Blacks. Either you was going to be in business, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a doctor. All right. That was kind of the general theme you got looped into. But now, I'm proud that Fort Valley State actually has a logistics major, right? So that's pretty new. And with that, we tie, our company with the students, where, in the month of February, going over into April, we do some recruiting where the students can go online, fill out some essays, get some recommendations from their administrators. As long as they have a 2.5 GPA and sophomore or above, we will consider them into the pool. And in that, they get a fall experience in August in our various areas, whether it be Atlanta, whether it be Birmingham, or even New Orleans, or maybe Baton Rouge, where they spend a week with us, kind of learning the business, and they get $1,000 stipend at the end of that with a lot of Coca-Cola swag. So again, it's all about that exposure, because that's probably the biggest thing I can tell you, in my life. Not only a third gen HBCU alum, I'm a third generation APS graduate as well. And one thing I tell all the kids is that, no matter where you're at, there's always opportunity. Some good, some bad. You see a lot. But the big thing is for you to be able to know what those opportunities look like, and then for you to jump in. And a lot of times when I get in front of the kids, I encourage them to ask questions, to go up and find out things they don't know about, because then you never know where the road leads them. I was 16, 17, 18. I would have never told you this is what I'll be doing for my life. So I think it's one of those where, we pay it forward by telling the kids to learn more and to get involved.
Excellent.
My little cousins in Georgia sign up for this at? Where can they find more information?
Yeah, so definitely www.coca-colaunited.com. If you go there, that's Coca-Cola's website for United, and then definitely they search for Pay It Forward. They'll see it. Now the application doesn't open until February of next year, so a little bit of time, but they can see everything that's going on from for this year, and maybe we've done articles with some past experiences to give them maybe a leg up. But definitely starting in February during Black History Month, we've actually partnered with Walmart to really bring this to life as well, as they've become one of our partners. So going in 2021, definitely if you're around your local Walmart, you're going to see the promotion. And I think, people a lot savvier than me with all these QR codes and smartphone apps. I think you can scan something and apply there, or definitely do the old-fashioned way like me. Give me the website, I'm gonna go to it, I'm gonna click on it, and I'm gonna fill out the application.
What was one of your main points when it came to engagement? Because I'm really big on engagement for this. Engaging the community into it, engaging students. Like, what was one of your main focuses as far as that particular?
Yeah, so first I say for the company, United is really built off of our associates, our employees, our customers, and our communities. And that's really the sweet spot for United as a Ballot, is that we believe that not only do you buy products, but you should also be we should be actually active in our communities. And then with our footprint, right, we're probably 42%. We call it multicultural, right? So that's probably of that 42%, looking at probably 38% being African American, and then definitely in some of these markets like Atlanta, we're already 51% African American in the metro. So we're very astute and aware that we got to make sure that we are locally engaged with our communities and what they look like, and definitely with our HBCUs having a long history. And regardless whether you went there or not, somebody that did, or your cousin did, or somebody in your family did, it's probably the one thing that as African Americans we can all agree on is synonymous with the experience and the culture, no matter what school you went to, PWI or not. So kind of with that and doubling down and not only that community, but that culture is kind of sweet spot for Coca-Cola and United. So engagement, it's kind of what we do for the job, right? We want to make sure we give back. And me personally, I wouldn't be here, where I am without people exposing me to things and telling me to look in different directions and, giving me ideas about to think about. And even in the career centers, I give a shout out to the career center down in Xavier, Miss Menard, I believe Director Thompson's down there now, and making sure that they, they pulled me along, because, I was like I was like many of the kids now, until about junior year, senior year, I didn't even know what was going on. I was just graduate. I was just happy to be there. So, I'm born and raised in Atlanta, going to New Orleans, whole family from Atlanta. So by the time I got to New Orleans, it was a completely different vibe, and one that, took me about 2 years to get serious about. But, luckily I, met some people, did some internships. I did 2 myself, and through those internships, it gave me the experience to be able to apply for a job after I graduated. And that's the big thing that I tell people, is that the power to have Coca-Cola, United as on your resume really makes you marketable for whatever you want to do. If you want to come over to us, we love it. We got sales, we got marketing, we got a lot of production, warehouse, driving roles. But even if, Coca-Cola wasn't for you, and, I did an internship with Walgreens, I did an internship with 3M, and I didn't work for any of them. But it gave me the springboard to be able to get in front of other employers and have relevant work experience. And that's the big thing, I think, for HBCUs and all college undergrads, is that getting that relevant work experience to be able to talk about is what's needed to make them marketable.
Now, really quickly, you spoke about the Sweet 16 HBCUs that you guys participate with. Who are they, and are you guys expanding your school reach, or will it still remain to the 16 schools?
Yeah, you're right. So our footprint really includes all of the HBCUs within our footprint, except for one, FAMU University. FAMU actually signed a 10-year contract with Pepsi. So we're eager to have them expire with that contract. But all of the undergraduate schools in Georgia, Spelman, Morehouse, all the AU Center, Clark Atlanta, Fort Valley, Albany State, Savannah State, definitely all the ones in Alabama State, Alabama A&M.
What about Grant? I'm just curious.
Yes.
All right, GSU.
I was going left. You saw me.
Well, you didn't have to go
in Georgia, and I was going to make my way. I'm proud graduate of Xavier, so definitely Xavier, Stillman, Southern, Grambling, and even Alcorn is ours.
Love it.
Yeah. Now expansion, really, we would love to have all of them. So it really depends on, one, does it fall in our footprint, right? And then two, and from a business side, do we sign them up for exclusivity or having our rights on campus? And that's what I said. FAMU is the only one that I believe we're going to correct in a couple of years. They're going to get out of that contract.
All right.
Got you.
Well, so I think everyone around the nation, we might be going through a little bit of withdrawals coming up because homecoming week is coming up, right? So we got this virtual homecoming. Coke United is sponsoring it along with Walmart. It's going to be this Saturday from 12 to 6. We got some grill masters. We got some DJs. Our HBCU celebrate. We have 5 of the schools that you just spoke about. ASU, Stillman, Tuskegee, Talladega, and Miles College are participating. What's going on with this virtual homecoming that Coke United is sponsoring? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's homecoming is raise your hands. I didn't get a bio on anybody before I got on, but I'm curious how many people went to HBCU.
I did not go to an HBCU, but I did go to a lot of FAMU and Howard homecoming. So
You're affiliated. That's all that matters. You're affiliated. You know what's going on. So I would say, for everybody here, you guys get it, and hopefully everybody watches they get as well. It's this experience. It's not just about the game. Some of them don't even go in the game. In fact, I've probably been to more Spellhouse homecomings, unfortunately, than even my own, just growing up in the city, as we call it, Atlanta's homecoming, just because it's open to everybody. And that's the inclusiveness that, HBCUs bring. As many of the HBCUs are in kind of the urban areas, or whatever you want to call it, of these cities. They invite everybody. So even though, the alumni come back, you even engage the community around you, and they become major nexus points for the African-American culture, right? So with that being virtual, that's a miss, that's a gap. So what we've done is we try to fulfill that gap, especially in our Alabama region, where we have so much activity that really lives and breathes football, right? I mean, you got some big football college towns, and HBCUs definitely contribute to that. So we targeted on Alabama to bring you relevant influencers, DJs, to bring that experience, but virtually, and then have that virtual experience of you traveling to each school in your own home. So as I sit here in my office, I'm gonna be able to party Stillman, Tuskegee, Alabama A&M as they hit each one, and then allow that influencer or DJ to take me to where I need to be with it. So again, it's just kind of bringing in that environment and knowing that that's a gap. And hopefully everyone's doing a lot of home parties, home gatings, jamming out to our virtual homecoming event.
So you dressed up for virtual homecoming?
Yes.
You should dress whatever you would wear to a normal homecoming. So I want paraphernalia. We want caps. We want whatever you would normally wear. In fact, I expect some people to be watching it outside when they grilling, and be on the grill a little bit. So I think it's going to be an experience, and definitely one I encourage you and everybody else to log in for.
I love it. I can't wait. So that's going to be this Saturday. I think we got DJ Freddie Fingers. You could bring him on. He's going to be talking about his experience with DJing, what he's going to do, what his specialty is. So we can bring him on right now. And Carl, it was definitely a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on, talking to our audience about our HBCU Celebrate, the Pay It Forward program, how important it is to do internships for our young people, giving us all of the information that we definitely need and we need to share with our HBCU alums, as well as the ones that are going into it, because we do need to talk to our high school seniors, because a lot of them, if they don't think it's an option, that's a problem going to an HBCU. And so I got to talk to mine upstairs, because he over there not thinking it's an option to go to an HBCU or to vote. So anyway, I'm digressing. But thank you so much for coming on. We definitely appreciate you. We can't wait to see you on Saturday. We know that you are going to be rocking your paraphernalia from your college and all of that good stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. I got some friends that attended Xavier. Actually, one of my girlfriends, her daughter, just graduated from Xavier, like 2020. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm telling you, Xavier puts the most African Americans into healthcare. So pharmacists, doctors. And then I went down there with business. So I suggest everyone.
That's what's up.
I love it. Okay, well, we'll meet you on Saturday. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for coming on. We appreciate you.
Hey guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right, take care. Peace.
All right, I guess that was a yes. I'm gonna get my coffee, y'all. Hey, DJ Freddie Fingers, you on mute. Welcome to the AM Wake Up Call. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's happening?
Wonderful. What's going on with this our HBCU Celebrate virtual homecoming that's coming up this Saturday? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the team and let us know.
I am DJ Freddie Fingers. I'm coming from Mobile, Alabama. I'm representing the Alabama State University.
All right.
So I will be participating this Saturday with Mr. Collie Park, Chris Coleman, DJ Mars, and DJ Genius. We'll be representing for the various schools throughout Alabama.
All right, I love it. We see you got some artwork on your walls too.
I got my albums, just starting my album collection, and I got them back there. I'm trying to display some of them on the wall.
You got me ready to sing. See, you don't know, because I'm like, ready or not.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You can't have, okay.
No doubt.
Don't encourage her. Don't even encourage her.
I was gonna say, y'all see the Fugees back there. Don't do that.
Yo, Freddie, man. You know what? As a DJ myself, I got some heat for you, bro. Nah, just joking. I'm actually a fan of yours. I got to hear you. I think it was DJ JC or DJ Infamous. I cannot remember what it was, but I heard you on the turntable. Let me tell you something. This is how I know that you're a real DJ. You will know what I'm talking about out of everybody else. Real DJs have ability to play the crowd. And I watched you spin. You didn't spin what was popular and popping. You played the crowd. And I've never seen a crowd not leave the floor. Like just not leave the floor. I appreciate you and your talent, man. I'm dope, but I'm trying to get to that point where I have that same ability. When it comes to this HBCU, like how do you put together a playlist for generations? Because it's a generation thing. It's the alumni, the students, the teachers? You know, how do you put that together?
Well, look at his wall, boy. He represents.
He ready.
No doubt. I mean, it's just all my musical influences. I mean, we grew up with our parents listening to the old school joints on Saturday. I grew up with hip hop, and then just throughout, you know what I'm saying, at school, at Alabama State, for instance, it was so many people from everywhere, and we all came together. So we all had the chance to experience music from everywhere. So I had a chance to hear a lot of the Hot Boys and the Cash Money stuff before they were even national, just from my friends from New Orleans that was bringing it there. When people from New York were bringing the Clue and the doo-wop mixtapes down and whatnot, you had the Jellies out of Atlanta. So we just had that whole mashup, man, and this is just all my musical influences. And I just try to bring it to everybody. A little known fact, 2 Chainz was actually my roommate at Alabama State. So shout out Deuce. That's my dude.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, he was a point guard on the basketball team. So we had a little apartment in Dixie Court, and then actually Lil Fate, he lived across the street from us. So we were all homies back in the day, man.
Got you. Oh.
Love it. So Friday, what's your go-to? How you getting the party started?
Saturday,
yeah.
What kind of energy you bring?
I'm taking it back to the yard, man. If you ever had a chance to party in Montgomery, you know, we had the Top Flight, aka the Rose. You know, we used to have the DJ on the yard in between classes in the Equinox. So as you're going through the Union in between North and South Dining Hall, we had the DJs right there. So you know that caused me to miss class a whole lot of days. I hope my parents aren't watching, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just taking it back to that flavor on the yard and bringing that homecoming love. You know, we're supposed to be playing Southern this Saturday, but you know, due to the pandemic and circumstances, that won't happen. But I'm gonna definitely bring that flavor and that energy.
All right, what's your #1 song that get people up and out their seats and on that dance floor?
Oh man, it's so many. It depends on the generation. I mean, of course, you got the original Before I Let Go. Beyonce put her swing on it, but shout out Frankie Beverly and Mays, man. The original Before I Let Go. Man, you got
Before I Let Go.
Juvenile. You know, that's a homecoming. Back that thing up. That's a homecoming staple there. You know, everybody strolling, all the sororities strolling and whatnot. So I got a few in my pocket I'm gonna bring out.
All right. Somebody said, "Wipe me down."
Of course. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Tell them, man. Wipe me down, and the No Limit.
The She Murder.
Oh man, that'll start a fight.
Oh man, yeah, all day long. Like, that one song brings them all out. Like all the Divine Nine come on the floor at the same time when they hear that joint.
Yeah, okay. We got a video queued up. Let's go ahead and look at the video right quick. Wipe me down. Looking at the video.
There it is. Where the video? Whoop, there it is.
Hit me.
Yeah, please play the video.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell you what, hey, Freddie, I tell you one thing, man. I'm about to get your hard drive. I tell every, you know what I'm talking about. Every DJ I meet, I'm like, hey man, I know you got some stuff on that hard drive. Let me get that hard drive.
Hey man, no doubt. I got to shout out 2 of my buddies, DJ Miller Mac out in Dallas and DJ Dr. Doom, man. They laced me up. They blessed me. So I got to get them their props. They definitely blessed me.
Oh man.
What is that like? You know what I'm saying, when you're congregating with your fellow brethren, man, you know what I'm saying, turntable titans, and y'all all are sitting out there having a party, and y'all all are, you know, spinning the tunes. What is that like, you know, being with other DJs, you know what I'm saying, as you're trying to crank the noise up?
Man, it's exciting, man. I'm a fan. First and foremost, I'm a fan. So a lot of these guys I'm familiar with. Smurf, Mr. Collie Park, I actually went to A&M for a year. And Smurf went to A&M, even though he's representing for Ski. Smurf went to A&M, and he was our DJ on the yard. So
you got links everywhere.
Oh man, it's truly 6 degrees of separation in this world. So Chris Coleman, Chris used to be on the radio down here in Mobile. So when I travel, I like to listen to other DJs because, like I said, first and foremost, I'm a fan.
Right. And then on top of that, people don't even understand the craft of it. Like I came up under Frank Ski, and people don't even understand the craft of it. So that's why I can't stand laptop DJs with a passion. Like I can't stand the people that just hit the enter button. But I love what you do and what you're bringing to this our HBCU. I'm telling you right now, I don't know about everybody else. I'm gonna be tuned in, bro. I'm gonna be completely tuned in. I want to see you cut up. Like I want to see you. So I'm excited, man. I will appreciate you for cutting up for our HBCU this weekend.
I mean, I thank y'all for having me. I'm excited, and like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other guys. I want to see Genius. I want to see Mars. Smurf gonna take me back to the days, man. I remember the first time I ever heard Smurf, he would mix slow songs with Miami bass songs, and he was doing that back in 92, 93 when we was on the yard. So when I first heard the song on the radio, I instantly knew. I said either Smurf did that song or somebody copied his style, because I had never heard anybody do that before. And so you came up on the Frank Ski, I came up on the street. Greg used to be on the radio down here in Mobile at WBLX. So I came up on the Greg, and like I said, when I got to Huntsville and heard Smurf work out, I was like, yo, that was like I said, I'm a fan.
That's what's up, Greg Street, man. Who don't you know, man?
Man, hey, this little place called Mobile, man. You'll be surprised at the people that have come through here and the influences that that we've had on just culture in general.
Oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to Hank Aaron. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that's my neighborhood. Shout out Tomanville. You see me in my picture. I got on the Tomanville University, but that's my neighborhood.
Right. Thank you, man. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we appreciate you checking in this morning, man. Anything you want to drop us before you get out of here and get back to work?
I just want to shout out, man, Rolling Out. Shout out Coca-Cola. Thank y'all for having me. Shout out all the other DJs that are gonna be joining me this Saturday. Of course, shout out the Alabama State University. You know I'm gonna put on 915 South Jackson Street. I'm gonna make y'all proud. And like I said, I'm just ready to do my thing. Hopefully when all this is over and we can get back to normal and back on the yard for real. But they say we're gonna try to do this thing in the spring, so we'll see. But I'm just ready to do my thing this weekend.
We appreciate you checking in and Rolling Out AM wake up call. We know you're there. HBCU, our HBCU is gonna be phenomenal. DJ Freddie Fingers, thank you, Freddie. We appreciate you.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Much love to you, bro.
Same here. Y'all stay safe.
Thank you.
All right, my brother.
Rolling Out AM with Romeo International, DJ Freddie Fingers, and the first King James. You guys be sure to check out and register now at rhbcu.com. It's a great thing to see the camaraderie and love from HBCUs around the country. It's going to happen Saturday. So, you got a playlist going, Romeo? Maybe we'll have a whole HBCU homecoming playlist for them tomorrow. So we just kind of let them know what's going to be queued up, given they got Grill Masters and the likes.
And I could do that. We'll make sure that's on Rolling Out. We might. Who knows, man? We might have a Rolling Out Twitch DJ late night party with your boy.
Why not? I think I'm gonna do Twitch.
Jumping back into the conversation, and I'm glad King James is here because I definitely want to read your conversations. But this is what I want to start off with. I'm speaking for myself and the representative of the Rolling Out platform. Everybody's voice is welcome. Darnell Henderson, who made a comment, and I'm really trying to figure out if you're a real person or a bot. He said he's saying Biden and Harris administration would destroy Black Americans. Here's where you're wrong, sir. I don't know what debate you're listening to. I don't know what television you got on. I don't know what fairy tale movie you watching. But if you think for 2 seconds that the Biden-Harris administration is going to do more damage to the Black community than the Trump administration, you out your mind. And you say that out of my mouth. But King James is here, and we want to go through some of these comments. D. Shield says, it's unity. It's unity for voting. Let's make sure we got there to the polls. Kathleen Collins says Biden Harris. We also got some comments about Marlena Adams. Absolutely, it's critical to have conversation with your children about the events happening in the world. Brent Reborn, I don't have sympathy for people who complain about who's in office if you're not taking the chance to get out there and know your rights and know your voting. What up, D? We back at it again. But King James, I definitely want to hear you last night. Yeah, well, I watched everything, and I definitely have been waiting for you.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting to bringing up a good point about how somewhat that person, and it might be just a troll who's talking about how the Biden-Harris ticket would destroy Black America. It's kind of interesting because the medical practitioners on the show yesterday after the debates was talking about how the H1N1 was just as deadly or potentially deadly as the novel coronavirus. But the difference is that President Obama got in front of it, and that his team got in front of it and basically headed it off at the pass before it could deluge the American populace as the coronavirus has done now. So when they're talking about how the Biden ticket here is going to destroy Black America or the country, well, we got to understand the actions that were taken by two similar potential pandemics and how one administration acted. Do you know anybody? Have you heard of anybody who contracted the H1N1? No. Now, the medical practitioner said it was just as potent as the novel coronavirus. But what's the difference? One showed leadership, the president, the previous administration, and this administration has not, and allowed it to go on. As a matter of fact, as we know now from Bob Woodward, the Washington Post reporter, the legendary Washington Post reporter, he said that this administration knew of it and did nothing, and as a matter of fact came out and tried to downplay it when it was just as deadly as the Spanish flu from 100 years ago. So this is the worst medical condition that the country's been in 100 years, and it just happened to fall on this administration. So that's my answer to that troll or that bot who said that the Biden-Harris ticket is going to destroy America. So that's number one. So what's the next topic?
Well, I got some. King James, look, you're gonna be proud of you, boy. I watched last night. I took my notes. I actually brought out and I actually took my notes. But we're gonna talk about it after our guest is in the building, man. We got Grill Master Jeremy George in the building. Where you at, Jeremy? Look, Jeremy came on serious already. Look.
Man, how y'all doing today, man?
Morning, Jeremy. Welcome to Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We're waking up with Grill Master Jeremy George. What's going on? Our HBCU this Saturday.
Yes, sir, man. I'm here in Tallahassee, Florida. And we just around here doing our.
It's Rattler territory.
Name.
Oh, okay. Now, see, where's the apron and the grill? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the food mood right now. You know what I'm saying? Me and food go way back. And so, you know what I'm saying?
Barbecuing is a side hustle for me. You see what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I'm actually a full-time band director. Yeah.
You picking it up on both ends. I heard some of the other grill masters said they coming for you, man. I heard they gonna get you on the grill, man. That's what I heard. I don't know. I ain't trying to start no war, but that's what I heard.
man, let me tell you, man. They call me the maestro on the field and on the grill. You feel?
Right.
Maestro on the field and on the grill, Roman.
And on the grill. So I listen, I ain't worried about nothing, man. We've been doing it. It's like clockwork.
Nothing, Romeo. Nothing. Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing.
Real. Ain't nothing like it.
Yes, sir.
So tell us, Jeremy, why you felt it was important to participate in this. What made you feel compelled to participate in this format, and what do you expect to be, the atmosphere? What are you coming with? What's your food of choice? What food or plate do you fall to when you say, okay, I got you?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like all my food that I do is A1. You know what I mean? So I can't necessarily say that, you gotta taste the ribs, or you gotta taste, the turkey wings, or you gotta taste this. No, man, you gotta taste it all. You see what I'm saying? But I'll put it like this. We do everything. I mean everything. Like, we of course, you got ribs. We do beef and pork ribs. We do brisket, right? The folks in Texas, they think they the brisket masters, but hey, man, they got to come see me in Florida, baby. Beef ribs. We do the Cajun style smoked turkey wings. We do all that, man. We got the best mac and cheese, on this side of heaven. You know what I mean? Of course, we got your baked beans and everything. Chicken wings. We do leg quarters. We do full smoked salmon. We do all that for the what they call it, pescatarians. We take care of everybody.
Okay. So you like LeBron, man? You saying you all around great, right?
Hey, man, I try to be a Renaissance man. You feel what I'm saying?
We got a great video here queued up. Let's check out this video. RHBCU.
What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy George coming to you live from the pit at J. George Barbecue. I'm finna give you a quick secret in making the best barbecue. It's managing your fire. Now, how you do that? You get good wood. This is fresh oak that we put it right here in this firebox, and we make that fire burn. Now, this is one of my favorite recipes to do. Cajun style smoked turkey wings. J. George Barbecue. Check me out. When your fire is right, your food is right. Them good old turkey wings.
Dang.
I told you I was a part of the band, and you see I'm a pit master. That's why they call me the maestro on the grill and on the field. Shout out to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, man.
Have something.
I'm hungry.
He won. He won, y'all. Shout out to them birds that made the cameo in your video. Like it set it off. I was just like, what? He got music.
Listen, hey, what it is? The birds smell that food.
Yes. And everything looked delicious. Your smoker, that was a smoker, right? It looked like,
man.
Oh my God, you came with the equipment, you came with the lines, you came with the birds, you came with the food. Like, yes, I'm ready.
Hey, that was so clean. It was the voice for me, Portia. Yeah, this is Jeremy. I need y'all to know. I'm like, where that voice came from?
I don't remember the maestro. He made sure y'all remember the maestro. You had product placement in hand. I'm just saying, kudos, Jerry.
Hey, we try to make sure we do it right at all times, man.
Absolutely. Loved it.
You get my vote. Out of everybody I done met, you got my vote right now, brother. You got my vote.
Bring it on, baby. Let's go. Let's do it, baby.
He show down. He said he the maestro. He ain't never scared. He said I ain't never scared. He said, let me tell y'all something. They call me the maestro. Okay.
Yeah. Before you get out of here, does it make it more, being a part of our HBCU event this weekend? Does it make it more special? The fact of the tradition, family, friends, the culture, like. How does that impact you?
Man, you know what, man? My experiences at HBCU, man, was really like no other, man. Like I really find I found out who I really am, going through it and making friends that just last a lifetime. Trying to handle them financial aid lines, trying to make sure you get your classes registered on time and all that good stuff. And then them teachers showing you tough love. They don't care nothing about excuse. You see what I'm saying? They want that work right on time, you know. And it's just, man, I love tradition. I've always loved tradition. I'm from a small country town called Sanford, Florida. It's right by Orlando, you know. And so the whole home environment, the love and all that, man, like that just makes it special, man. I love it. And of course, to see my people wanting to do something positive and prosper as we continue to rise for ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah,
Like
man.
that.
Yeah.
Love it. So any secret sauces, any secret spices that you could share?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Amanda, he don't. A connoisseur, a maestro, don't give up his secrets. Don't do that.
Listen. So you know, I got the lines and the quotes, man. You know, in terms of sauce, I don't cook with sauce. All right. So you know, and the reason why, you know, my old timers in Sanford, man, they always said, man, if you got pit masters that's got to put sauce on it, so much sauce on it, you they hiding something. It's something that may not be right. You see what I'm saying? So I got another little saying. Check me out. I say sauce on the side because I ain't got nothing to hide. You feel me?
We got bars too, y'all. Yes, I love
But yeah,
it.
man. I mean, you know, we all like I when it comes to especially like poultry and stuff like that. I brine my stuff overnight. I make my own brine. We make our own seasonings for our pork. You see what I'm saying? Everything is done in house because I don't want my food to taste like nobody else. You see what I'm saying? So everything is in house. So I can't give you the secrets, but just know it's good.
Oh no, we can tell. Those
got to make that trip from Detroit, Portia, down to Florida.
Yes.
Come on down, man. Tallahassee, baby. I'll show you a good time. I'm telling you.
All right, I'm gonna bring some people with me. You got some fans on Facebook too. I'm talking about Teach. I love him. Connie Samuel says yes. Pat Burson said, "Gone, Maestro. You got some fans already." So we're gonna bring some people down there to get some of that barbecue.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, real quick, if I could, you know, shout out my little Instagram, if y'all don't mind. You know, JGeorge_06 barbecue on Instagram. That's JGeorge_06 BBQ on Instagram. All right, you can also check me out on Facebook, J George Barbecue. Let me know, you know. And the 06 for the Alpha Bros in the house.
All right. Kathy, let's go. We going, Kathy. Let's go get some of that barbecue, girl.
All right. Thanks for coming on Rolling Out AM and Wake Up Call. We just want to say thank you so much, Jeremy George. Excellent job. Maestro on both the grill and the field. Thank you, Croak United, and this is our HBCU and Walmart. So we'll see you later. We appreciate you. And Saturday, we're going to check you out, see what you're grilling on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Thank you. He ain't got nothing to hide, okay?
Nothing to hide, baby.
On the side.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, bro.
All right. We love it. Love it. Love it. Oh,
Rolling Out AM, Wake Up Call. Go back to it.
He won, y'all. He shut the show down. He said, I ain't playing with y'all.
Yeah, he won the match. He won the boxing match before he even got to the ring. He won already. His game is strong.
Shut the show down.
So King James, what else popped up in the conversation? And shout out to everybody on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We're gonna get back to the conversation because we know y'all was enjoying it. We know y'all was involved. And we want to keep the comments coming, and we want to keep this conversation going. We want y'all to get out there and vote. King James, the second question that came up was why during the debate last night, why is so much focus placed upon court packing, and why is so much placed upon the young lady that they're trying to place in the Supreme office?
Yeah, before I get to that, breaking news from CNN. I had my TV on, just looking at it. Donald Trump has declined to participate in the presidential election debate next week.
What?
Because Joe Biden wants to do it virtually, and the president said that he refuses to do that because he said it's a ridiculous idea. And they can interrupt him at any time. Well, duh. I mean, of course we want to interrupt you with the way the last presidential debate went. You know what I'm saying? And then your vice president don't know when to stop and shut up at the time that he's supposed to stop. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let folks know about that because of the fact
it was coming. It was coming if it was going to be virtual. It was coming if it was going to be in person. It was coming. It was coming. Like he already set it up. He set it up that way to say that he wasn't going to do the debate at all. Whatever excuse he could use and pull out his hat, that's what he was going to do.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. He wants to do the debate. He said he wants to do the debate.
No, he doesn't. He does not want to do the debate. and the thing is that you can just imagine how, you know, he's gonna lose. He already is behind in the polls. He's not gonna want to hear that.
You know,
Romeo's already gonna tell him, and you have the coronavirus.
Right.
Why don't you drink some Clorox, Mr. President?
Take
the shot of that Lysol that you suggested to everybody. Romeo's just gonna set him up. You know, so what are you saying? He does not want this.
No.
You know, basically was saying, well, we think we're going to win. You know, they were conceding.
Yeah, I just think that
it's not getting better. And then all of a sudden, the Walking Dead crew sent in a fly. I mean, like all the things that you could ask for, now you're getting clowned.
Oh my God! No. Oh my God! That went to the top of Twitter trending last night.
The Fly has a Twitter account. The Fly has a Twitter account.
Yeah.
They say that he now has management.
Fly do. Yeah, no, for real. He do got it.
Fly has a Twitter account.
Yeah, and the thing about it, the memes and the jokes on Instagram and Facebook last night were, I mean, I was choking laughing. Yeah, and the thing about it,
come on.
Yeah, man. Saturday Night Live is going to go run. They're going to run with this, and the fact that they kept saying, a lot of people saying in different ways, you know, what do flies land on? So I can't say the word, but what do they let?
And this morning in the comments, Faith was like, well, you know what they say flies land on.
Right.
Yes, Faith.
Right.
Oh.
Exactly. So I just thought that it was interesting. And that is what we call serendipity, because that was just, it was just like, it came out of nowhere. And then when he was moving his head and talking, the fly stayed there.
Well, that's that graveyard gray. They paint it on. It's graveyard gray. When you got
my God,
gray, they paint it on. That's really not hair, Terry. That is not hair.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me now, because we know that the main president does not have real hair either, and so that wouldn't surprise me none. But I just thought that it was interesting. I thought that Kamala Harris performed well and restrained. I thought that she took pains to restrain herself when she could have, because she already said, you know, that it's already a saying now, you know what I'm saying? Mr. President, I'm speaking. But I thought that there were many times where she could have went after his throat and she restrained herself. Sometimes I thought she went overboard with it, because she could have really have drove in the knife in regards to the coronavirus and the lack of response in leadership from this administration. But she restrained herself throughout. But I thought she performed well. But I thought she could have came at him a little harder. What do y'all think?
I don't think so. I think I agree with what Van Jones said last night. I think she was dancing a tightrope, because you couldn't be the angry black woman. Okay, first of all, you're a woman, and you couldn't be the angry black woman. Then on top of that, you had to be factual and to the point. And if you pushed, because it's scary, if you pushed and he pushed back, it would have been, oh, he's attacking the woman. Then it would have been like, oh, he's attacking the black woman. So I don't think she had the freedom to be 100% what she wanted to be. I think she had to dance the line.
I think that's
a very fine line between appearing to be in control and assertive and making sure that you're getting your point across, and between being emotional. So she did not she could not afford to appear emotional in her responses. So
it's stereotypical. Following up with what both you and Romeo, it's the stereotype of they wanted to paint the angry black woman.
They was waiting for
it. They wanted to paint that. See how she attacked. Look at her. So they didn't get to make. You got to remember, everybody's making a tape after it, so they didn't want the meme. And she said, well, I'm talking. And so she just corrected. Like many women, she fell into the emotion that other women. I'm talking and you're talking over me. So she really went to a place of, oh, okay, that's how you treat women. She wasn't saying it, but she went to, that's how you treat women. That's how you see women. So she was prepared for the attack. She knew that he was going to always talk over, keep going. So she went to, oh, that's how you treat women. That's how you do it, huh?
That point right there, she made it with Muncie.
You will not do this to me. So when she was saying that, she was saying for all women, you won't do this to me.
It was one point when she said, I'm speaking. Okay. Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. She said, Vice President, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. And she held her hand out like I'm speaking. Yeah.
But the key point that y'all missing, what Muncie just said, she made it universal for women.
Yeah.
Right.
We got that.
Women who get pushed by men. She was like, oh, like you said, Muncie, so you want to talk over me? Go ahead. That's what you want to do. I want everybody to see this as you're talking, and I'm still speaking in a calm tone. Now, if she would have lifted that tone, that whole narrative would have been angry black woman.
No, I really don't think that it mattered, because look how debonair that Michelle Obama carried herself during the 8 years. This is a woman who's very stately, very calm, very articulate, eloquent, and they still designated her as the angry black woman many times throughout the administration. So, and it's already trending on Twitter about some of the faces that she was making at him when he wasn't answering the questions. So you're right. She had to walk a tightrope in terms of not allowing emotions to seep into her speech or into her voice, into her inflection. I understand that. I just thought that she could have calmly repeated the lack of appropriate response to COVID, because while you're delivering your talking points, repetition is the mother of skill in politics. So I thought she could have judged calmly, like, Mr. Vice President, you still haven't answered about COVID. You still haven't answered about the 200,000 people.
I remember the conversation. There's no need in repeating COVID. Everybody gets that. But she really wanted to connect with those people who want to get school free. If you're thinking about getting school free, listen to me. If you're out of a job, listen to me. All those points are the pain points for people who right now are going to vote. There are pain points that you can't overcome, Mr. President. That's the number of people unemployed. There are pain points for people trying to figure out, how am I going to send this child to school and I'm out of work? So many times, Terry, she went back to her notes. Let's stay on message. We are in front. Let's stay on message. I have a message for America. She was not sitting there thinking, we want to snap back. This ain't a fight. This is a win. Let's go for the win.
That man, I watched. I really watched. I studied. That man didn't write down one note on nothing. He didn't. He literally was off the top of his head guessing. And then to the other point that you just made, Terry, what she was doing, he even talked over this is what messed him up. The female moderator who didn't do a good job, he even talked over her. Yeah. So now you're talking over Ms. Harris, and you're talking over the moderator. Like, this ain't a dude. So you made yourself look terrible against women. If women do not come out strong in this election, I have no clue what's going to happen.
No, I just think that that Biden and Harris played this like Tiger Woods plays it on the back nine on a Sunday. He's already in the lead, and he's not going to do anything to make mistakes. He's going to make other people make mistakes, and he's just going to fly at an even pace, and that's how he's won so many majors. And so I think that Kamala Harris may have just They already know they're in the lead. They already know that this election is theirs to win. And so they're not going to do anything to make any unnecessary mistakes or get embroiled in any type of unnecessary spat that would that would cause a backlash. So they already know they got this. So like Munson said, she stayed on point. She stayed on cue. I just, just from a personal selfish standpoint, I just wish she had mentioned the COVID a little bit more.
Everybody want a knockout punch. Everybody wanted like the vicious knife, intellectual stab. But all of those things would have depicted something that we didn't need at this moment. There's no need to get that. And then, as God would have it, a fly.
The fly. The fly
factor. The fly factor.
And the fly came, and the fly landed on his head.
You can't control things that were supposed to happen.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that the fly came as he was answering or not answering the question about racial animus in this country. So, as he did, he deflected immediately. And as he was answering or giving his non-answer to the race question, the fly landed on his head like, man, you full of what I'm on.
Let me ask y'all this, because this just popped up in my head. If Biden and Trump don't have a third debate, does it not strengthen your resolve in Biden? Like right now, last night, Kamala, she made me believe more. So, but she's the VP. So if Biden doesn't make you believe, does that lessen the strength of the movement, even though they're ahead? Don't we need a third one?
I think it's a win. Well, I mean, we can't have a third one if President Trump doesn't participate in one. So the fact that he's backing out of it is a win already. So it's a win by default for Mr. Biden. So, in my opinion,
trying to deflect and push it off on Biden and make it seem like it's Biden's fault because he wants to do a virtual one. No, sir, that's safe. That's safe. Like nobody wants you hacking on them or like we know you have the COVID, sir. Like,
this isn't the first time he's had COVID.
No,
he just had to go to the hospital this time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
People have been infected all along, and it was no longer. We can't treat you here. You need an oxygen machine. Right. We need to really sample your blood for hours, and you need something else. This isn't the first time he's had COVID.
Right. That's why the doctors don't want to release the reports. Like, when was the last time that he tested negative? Because if he knew that he had COVID when he was on that stage with Biden.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And according to reports, there's a lot of furious people within the White House, especially in the West Wing, that he chose to leave the hospital early and then wanted to get back to work.
Well, no, it's showtime, but everybody knows there's a loss. Like now, when you talk and the person wants to talk and get close to you, they're like
6 feet. 6 feet.
Not 6 feet, maybe 30 feet, because you really got it. We don't even want to think about 6 feet. It's airborne. It's in the room. I don't want to be in the room with you.
At all.
With a mask at all.
No, I just thought that, and it showed a lack of just compassion for his fellow citizens. That first of all, you want to have a debate in person, and you have the virus, you have the Rona rage, you are infected with the Rona, then.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying he would have played it. He would have played it either way. Either way, if Biden said, let's go ahead and do it, he would have said, no, why would you want to do it? We need to do it virtual. I'm not doing it. So, I mean, he was ready to come and say no to either terms. Like, we're gonna do it virtual. No, I don't want to do it virtual. We're gonna do it in person. No, I don't want to do it in person. So he does not want to debate at all. He knows that he's losing, and he just wants to appear to be in control of the situation, to be able to say, no, I'm not doing it, or no, I'm not doing it on your terms. So
yeah, and it was very clear last week that when he was debating, that he didn't want to engage, Portia, to your point, in a debate, which is the reason why he got into like a shouting match. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to debate in the first place. I think, it's almost a requirement for presidential candidates to debate. So he didn't want to do it in the first place. And this is just his way of disrupting and becoming a disruptor, so that no points got across from either side. And so that, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to do it in the first place. But I thought it was interesting, Romeo, before you go on to the next part, I thought it was interesting that when he got out of the hospital and he stood at the top of the White House on the second, or on the balcony, that it appeared that he was breathing hard. Like, I need to go get my oxygen.
Right. That's absolutely right. And our guest is here. Oh my
okay.
God. But I don't want people to go for the pump fake. We always talk about the pump fake. And to Portia's point, I hate agreeing with Portia, but to Portia's point, he wasn't going to do it anyway. So technically, in my head, that means that they're either waiting for something major to happen that's going to deflect people from going to the polls and participating in voting, or they're going to set up something to the point where it's a distraction. Don't be distracted by the pump thing. But our guest is here, Miss Queen. Hey, Queen. Well, that's a big sign in the background, Queen.
Yes, how y'all doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Portia. How's everything? Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our AM Wake Up family and let us know who you are, what you do, and all of that good stuff.
Awesome. Hey, what's up, AM Wake Up family? My name Hey. My name is Ekiwa Asamota. You can call me Eki. I'm of Nigerian and Dominican descent. I am a fashion designer, a teaching artist, entrepreneur, and I have an amazing company called Your Queens. And what we do, we are the first ancient African royalty company. And we started in 2015, and we teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. What that means is we literally dress up like ancient African kings and queens, like Makeda, Queen of Sheba, Goddess Isis, Queen Nefertiti, King Tut, Queen Amina, Nana Ya Asantua, and King Solomon. And I started this company in 2015 with a group of friends of mine. And we've been around for 5 years right now. I started this company. I love Disney. However, Disney does not really teach us about who we are. Yes, it's fiction, but I wanted us to learn about non-fictional, real kings and queens. I worked in the Board of Ed for many, many years, for over 10 years. And every time I worked in the school, especially during Black History and Women's History Month, nothing wrong with the Martin Luther Kings, Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, but it's about, okay, and then also dealing with the self-esteem of our youth and even us as adults. And starting this company is like, no, these kings and queens reigned before our I don't like to say slavery, our ancestors were enslaved. So before that, we were kings and queens, doctors, lawyers, architects. And it's just a way for all of us to know, to connect and know that we come from royalty and we can achieve anything we put our minds to.
Wow. Right. So how did you even come up with this idea to start this company to teach our youth and everybody really about our ancestry?
Portia, I used to not tell this real story because I didn't want to seem like, oh, I'm very spiritual. I put God first in everything that I do. I started my journey. My name is Eki. So I have a company called Eki's Famous. Eki means joy or queen. Shout out to my Nigerian father, Benson Asamota. And throughout my journey as an artist, I model, I dance, I design, so I love to evolve and very obedient to God. I love to evolve as an artist. And in this is a real story, y'all. In 2014 of October, I went to a birthday party. One of my students, I teach dance. One of my students' mother was like, come to my daughter's birthday party. She's 4. I didn't have any children then. I went to the birthday party, honestly, because I'm greedy. I like food. So I was like, yes, fried chicken, gonna be the mac and cheese. I'm going. I'll get dressed and I'm going. But I felt very obedient that day. And it's so interesting to follow your path and journey, no matter what. I went there and I remember going down. I sit down and it's a lot of our children, African-American, brown and black kids running around. We're having a good time. I see the food line. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go on there. And I'm sitting there. And it literally felt like I was sitting on a throne. And at that moment, I felt like, before that, there were two Caucasian white princesses. Nothing wrong, because you see it all the time. Frozen, they're princesses. The kids are like, woo, long blonde hair. Yeah. So I sat there and literally, y'all, the bulb went off. And I felt like God was like, I brought you here now to start this company. I was sitting there like, what? Okay. He's like, yeah, I want you to start this company about African queens. And literally, so that was October of 2014. Between October and January, I did a plethora of research of each queen. I started with Makeda, Queen of Sheba, Queen Cleopatra, Queen Nefertiti, talked to friends of mine. By January, I wanted to make sure I did my research on what they look like and their story, just different positive points. Like, for example, Makeda is a woman of faith. Goddess Isis, a woman of love, of magic. Nefertiti, beauty. She's known for her head bust. Queen Nzinga, she fought until she was in her 80s. She helped abolish slavery. Queen Amina, she was a warrior queen, military base. Same thing. Nana Asantewaa from Ghana, she was known to be a commander in chief. So learning about all these women, I did all this research. And by January of 2015, we launched. And we've been hitting the ground running since then. We've done over big to small. We do our yearly anniversary every year. Of course, COVID, we didn't get to do it this year. We are working on something December 28th for Kwanzaa, and we're working on a documentary. But by January, we launched and we were able to do over 250 small to big events. We provide free opportunities for group homes, shelters for schools. We're really busy during Black History, Women's History Month. We've done 1-year-old birthday parties to 50-year-old birthday parties to weddings. And it's just for us to say, we're here. We are here. So we are here for you all to learn about the history, to book us, to share our story, because we want your queens to be a household name, same way as Disney. And what I love about Disney, they started during the Great Depression. And look where they are now. When your queens, look what's happening in the world. And in 2015, you think about, there's so many deaths, the Trevon Martin, the Mike Brown, and that's a reason why I started this company with my friends and family.
Well, I love it.
Thank you so much.
This morning, Queen Makeda, Isis, Nefertiti, Nzinga, Amina. I'm ready to go learn. Like, I'm ready to go learn.
But my queen, my beautiful queen with your beautiful smile. I love the smile this morning. I'm gonna claim that smile. That's mine.
Hey, claim it. There you go.
So I'm all for meeting people where they're at.
Yes.
But you know, there's a disconnect when it comes to the culture, right? Because now, like I said, meeting people where they're at. And like you said about Disney, if people, you can teach it all day, but if people can't see it, the way the world is so microwaved, if they can't see it, then they really don't know if it's true. If it's not an Instagram, a TikTok, a Twitter, a television show, like they can't attach book knowledge to visual knowledge because people are so visual now. My question to you is, how do you make your queens meet people where they're at today so that people can see, oh, this is not just something that you should know, but it's something that you should learn?
Yeah, it's a journey. And I'm okay with I love the process of it. When I talk about your queens, some people get it right away. And then you have to think about, of course, y'all know there's so much of the conditioning as us as a people who have been through so much that sometimes your mind doesn't really see, like, wait, what she means I'm a king? What does it mean I'm a queen? So for me is, how do I get it out there? We remain consistent. Literally, we remain inconsistent. And like you said, meeting people. For example, I go out and I do a lot of festivals, a lot of flea markets, and the sweater that I'm wearing, sales where you buy the sweater and it gives us the opportunity to provide free events for group homes, shelters, different things like that. So for example, meeting people where they're at. This is a good example. Like Queen Nefertiti. During her reign, she's known for beauty and her head bust. However, her husband, Akhenaten, they saw each other. He saw her as equal. She wasn't beneath him. She was right here. And even time he helped her raise up. So if I talk to somebody about Nefertiti, they're like, what is she talking about? I'll go, well, think about Michelle and Barack. That's how you can make the connection to Nefertiti and King Akhenaten to now. So you have to know your audience, know who you're talking to. I always do my research before so I know. And a lot of times when people book us, I definitely want to do research on the company. What is your vision? Because we provide storytelling, song, dance, choreography, self-esteem building. We also have a rites of passage program from ages 8 to 12-year-old that we recently just launched. During COVID, we have a group of princesses that we're literally training right now that we meet weekly. I have my kings and queens, Rashina, Timmy, Isis, Shannon, and we meet with our princesses because that's the goal is to. And you know what's so amazing about our prince and princesses? They all want to become entrepreneurs now.
Wow.
So I'm not worried about that, but if I can work with the village I have and they'll spread it. So it's a journey. Yeah. I just trust the process no matter what. When the vision came to me, Portia, when the vision came to me, I'll be honest with you, I was sitting there like, me? Oh boy, because I knew it was going to come with a journey. I knew it was going to come with criticism and this and da-da-da. But it was also going to come with a lot of love and light. A lot of positivity and a lot of faith. And it's changed my life tremendously.
Yes. Well, definitely. Go ahead, Terry.
No. I just wanted to, just to basically laud her on her effervescent personality. It's just bubbly, it's lively. So and say your name one more time because it's very melodious. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. It's Ekiwa Asemota.
Yeah, it's like harmonious, you know what I'm saying? It's like a song. I love African names because it's so melodious. You know what I'm saying? It's very rhythmic. But and thank you very much for sharing this with us.
On today, I'm sorry, Terry. What were you gonna say?
My smile, Terry. That I already claimed the smile.
Listen.
But I claimed her effervescent personality. So you can have the smile. I'll have the personality. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Tell us where we can find more information about it. We do have to wrap right now, but tell us where we can find more information about it. How we can research for ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, Portia. But anyway, let me ask that. With your effervescent personality, tell us where we can find more information.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Kings. I appreciate y'all. Yourqueens.com, www.yourqueens. We are here for you. We are Your Queens. You can catch us on Facebook and Instagram, Your Queens Inc. INC. On Twitter, Your Queens Inc. And also save the date, December 28th for our Kwanzaa and our documentary celebration.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, Queen Eki. We appreciate it.
Yeah, because me and Romeo want you to stay, but Portia, I don't, but yes, thank you for coming on.
Inspiration. I know we were talking about Halloween and dressing up and doing this, but I have to be a queen.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
All day.
So I'm going to research on Queen Makita, Isis, Nefertiti, and Zinga, Amina, and see which one I want to portray. So thank you very much.
If you got any questions, I got a lot of costumes, a lot of wardrobe.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Queen.
Y'all be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you more. Okay, bye.
So I'm getting the week of Halloween, we're supposed to dress up every day, y'all.
No, and I think that she speaks to a very good point, because I think that when we have themed birthday party, themed weddings that are based upon either Wakanda or Zamunda, it just seems like it does something to people's spirits. It just amplifies their pride level. Because when I think it was Beyonce's wedding or someone famous wedding, and they based it upon Eddie Murphy's movie Coming to America and the wedding scene. And when people do that, it just takes it to it takes a celebration to a whole nother level, and people's pride level raises. I don't know if you've noticed that, Romeo.
I think so too, man. That's a great point. Very great point. We have birthdays. I didn't know that. But whose birthday is it today? Ashley, tell us.
Oh, wait a minute.
For it first.
Did you just?
Oh, yes. These are some amazing birthdays today. So happy birthday to the incomparable CeCe Winans, native Detroiter. She hails from the great Winans family, gospel legacy family. So, and she's so beautiful. Love her.
Is that Detroit?
That's Detroit. Nick Cannon is 40. Somebody check the facts on that. Okay, I'm not gonna hate. Bruno Mars is 35. I put a young flowers. Okay, I love Bruno Mars. And G Herbo is 25. So happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is today. Let's go ahead and get into this birthday song because we got balloons. The cake is on.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. Woo! We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, and $1 million smile. So we gon' celebrate you for a while. Yeah. And don't forget we got the candles when you away. Don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles. Happy birthday, happy, yeah.
So if you had up, get your hands in the air. Say hello.
In the air.
Yeah, man.
It might be your birthday too. Happy birthday to everybody
Yeah,
rolling out AM Wake Up Call. First King James, Portia Monique, and Romeo International.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Romeo, you got something to report for us today, man? What's going on?
Real quick, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm actually really glad you're here, man. I definitely can't wait to get you and Amir on at the same time. I'm really involved in this election thing. I'm really in tune, and I'm going to use my influence to make sure that I get everybody to the poll. Like everybody. Like I'm doing what Portia said Monday.
I thought that it was important to note that according to the reports, in the state of Georgia alone, it's already a record number of people who have registered to vote. So it's working. It's working, getting people energized, electrifying the electorate to get out there and change what is going on in America right now. So that's just in the state of Georgia.
I'm sorry, you interrupted. He was saying that he was doing something that I said on Monday. Go ahead, Romeo. What you say?
I'm holding.
Okay.
You said whole friends, whole followers, whole supporters to the fire. I'm holding my crew accountable. If you Team Romeo International, if you rock with me, follow me, support me, stay party with me, I'm holding all my crew accountable for this election. So if I see the fact that you're not participating, we good. On life, we good. So just report. And I'm gonna run it down so we can have some fun and laugh. Let's start with this. I saw today, this is literally moving me out the way because apparently I didn't even know you could just get out of jail. But the former police officer, well, they're still saying allegedly, Derek Chauvin, I don't even want to pronounce your name right. He was released from prison on a $1 million bond, cut loose Wednesday from the Oak Park Heights prison, Minnesota, after court records show he posted a non-cash $1 million bond backed by, I didn't see who was backed by, that was the part I was holding on to, Ashley, to let everybody know. But it was backed by, one second, man, I lost it. But no. It was backed by the by a place called Affordable Bail Bonds. His trial is currently scheduled for March 2021. First of all, why is your trial all the way in March 2021? Second of all, who puts up a $1 million bond? Who's doing that? And this man is
typically it's about 10%. So you're talking about $100,000.
100 grand, right?
I
But
don't
then,
think-
like,
yeah, y'all. I just think they. I don't think he was there. They put him. They walked him in the front door, walked him out the back door. Just told him to lay low, be quiet. In a couple months, we gonna announce that you posted bail. And then you don't have to come back to court until March. Like, I just think it's overlay for the unplay.
And he might as well enjoy the few months of freedom that he has left, because after that, it's a wrap for him. It's a wrap.
next up on the docket before we rock it wherever Ashley go, I'm in the pocket. All right, so let's give a big huge shout out to JP Morgan. They have committed $30 billion over the next 5 years to promote racial equality. They say systemic racism is a tragic part of American history, and we can do more. We can do better to break down a system that has been propagated racism and widespread of economic equality. So JP Morgan and JP Morgan Chase has committed to $30 billion over the next 5 years. What you guys think?
Didn't they get fined? How much was they fined? They got fined for doing something.
We just want to see what it means. Like, it's nice to read the commitments. We want to see those things. We want to feel them. We want to know that they're happening. And I think we've got to really go back and evaluate each of these commitments, because it's not obvious. And you can write a press release, and then what they consider, you know.
I mean, it's just empty, sophisticated rhetoric to me. It's hollow rhetoric until such time as I can actually see, you know, what they're talking about, that they can outline and, you know, outline specifically what they're trying to do. Just to say that, you know, they're offering $30 billion here, and, you know, Quaker Oats is offering $10 million here, and, you know, Coca-Cola, where's it going? How is it accounted for? Who's getting it? Where are, as we used to say, where are the KPIs? Where's the key performance indicators? You know what I'm saying? This $30 billion, it could be, you know, $30 billion, it could be 30 cents, because we don't see it. So it really means nothing to me until I see it put into practice.
Hey, DCO says, hey, y'all chill out. JP remain consistent. Respond in 10 years. My mortgage is with them. So y'all hold on a second. But I can tell you where this money is going. Hey, pull this slide up. Now, I've heard of some, I can't even call it fair. I heard of some stupid stuff. And this is stupid.
Yeah.
Baby Blue from the group Pretty Ricky has been charged by the feds for $24 million COVID relief fund that he used to scheme. He schemed out $24 million. First of all, how come I'm not seeing how to get to this scheme? Like, what did I miss that Pretty Ricky is pulling $24 million out of the COVID relief fund?
The better question is, why do people keep trying to default the United States government and the PPP loans that were designed for COVID relief for businesses? Because everybody's getting caught. So many people have gotten caught. Athletes, reality stars, and now Pretty Ricky Boy. They're all getting caught. And I wrote about this yesterday because he tried to, and then they recruited more people and took kickbacks and thought that they weren't going to get caught, that nobody was going to audit their activities, their purchases, their actions. This is ridiculous.
And what do I sign up? That's all I'm saying. Clearly,
is excessive. Like, okay, get the first million, chill, sit down, shut up, lying under the radar, don't buy nothing, chill. But
right.
You 24 times, 20.
No. He didn't do it 24 times. What it was is that he took a first loan out. He took a first. I understand.
I went to college. GS.
No.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the audience.
You gonna let him talk?
Yeah, because you just talked about this just a few minutes ago. So stand down. I stand down and stand by. Okay. So
after your first million, sit down.
No, what I'm saying is that he only took out $1 million and he only spent $1 million. But what it was is that he was part of a larger ring of about 15 people, and they all got arrested. He was just the latest to get arrested. But, you know, the thing is that if you're going to take it and stand down, don't go buy a Porsche. He bought a Ferrari.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you buying stuff? Take your little million, stack it. Like, do what you're going to do. Sit down, be quiet, lie under the radar. You don't have to show off. Like
they're not even trying to fake it. Like it was supposed to be for a business. They could at least appropriate it to somebody's paycheck before they went and bought a Ferrari. But no, they immediately go to the car lot. They immediately go to the jeweler.
Some what?
Huh?
Because they some what?
Oh. Y'all the worst thieves. Who taught y'all how to steal? Come on, man. Jeez.
No, but the thing is, Romeo, so many people are getting caught. Like, what was it? Carly Red's boyfriend did this. Ex-boyfriend did this. There were members of the former Washington Redskins basketball team. They did this. There was another athlete that did this. Everybody's getting caught. I mean, what do y'all think? The United States government got the best auditors in the world.
Iris, that'll be a good name for a show. The dumbest criminals. That's what you need to host, Iris. The dumbest criminals show.
I mean, where did they get educated in Detroit? I mean, I don't understand. It's just
Akron, Ohio. Don't do that.
These Detroit criminals.
He came from Akron. He came from Akron, Ohio.
Positive thoughts.
Oh man. I'll kick off. Hey, positive thought today. If you see the name, you see the call. BRCA, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am an advocate for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm supporting all my women, supporting everybody who supports Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's not only important enough to vote, but it's also important to lend your time, your energy, and your support to those who are fighting the battle, those who have lost the battle. And I'm going to pass it to King James.
King James.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I just get tired of people just complaining and doing nothing. I think the mantra, be the change that you want to see. So therefore, if you're tired of a particular thing happening, then be the person who tries to initiate the change that you want to see instead of sitting back complaining on Facebook and Twitter and being a Twitter gangster. I'm tired of these people. Let's bring some positive energy into the game. So be the change that you want to see. And I pass the ball to Portia Monique.
Y'all, get out and vote. That's all. Get out and vote. Do your part. Take your neighbors, take your cousins, take your kids who act like they don't damn understand the importance of voting. Even though they can't vote yet, but when you can, just go out and vote. And don't be afraid to fail, because failure is the opposite of failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. So
I'm glad you got it together.
Shut up. I'm passing it to Mustard.
King James, is there something you wanted to say? Because I know she cut you off each time.
I know, and she tried to lecture me. Can you believe that? Don't come for me unless I come for you, Portia.
My rule is lecture me on, yes.
Fall back, Portia, fall back.
Munson just pulled the moderator. King James, you got 15 more seconds.
Sir, what you're not gonna do is lecture me on.
No. I don't need any. I don't need. Right. I don't need any more time because I've already shut her down. So go ahead, Munson.
Thank you. The worst. There are 2 for 2 losses for these moderators. 2 for 2. So it's really funny to see all those individuals who didn't. But a special thanks to The Fly for showing up last night. We really appreciate that. Special thanks for that exclusive appearance on that Graveyard Gray. That was really there when we think about the colors. We know what's happening there. But at any rate, it was light. Great job, Senator Harris. We look forward to our community coming out, voting for you, win with Black women. So for all of you out there, understand that is what we're doing. We are on a mission. Let's continue this journey. Let's continue to push forward till we win. We're not wondering if, we're not wondering how. You are part of that solution. You are part of this community. Do your part in the community to continue this uprising. This is an uprising. This is our moment. Live in it, know it, do what you can do. Portia, thanks for showing up today and giving everybody a smile. Romeo, definitely for all those who are suffering or have family members who suffered during breast cancer awareness, just think of, if you don't know what it is, study at this moment. We know how important mammograms are. We know how important colon cancer. This whole epidemic, pandemic, all these disparities should really be pushing us forward to actually reset our health module. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, when Ananda Lewis is coming out at 47 talking about she wished. Let us all do our best not to wish on our health, but actually take more steps to really improve our health during this moment. So shout out and prayers to those who are going through and facing breast cancer. All of us know someone who is at least dealing with it, and we want you to be a part. So if nothing else, positive thoughts, be positive and be aware of your health each and every day. That's physical, mental, and emotional, spiritual health each and every day. This is Rolling Out AM Romeo, BRCA, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Portia Monique from the D. Album coming out soon, holiday covers, and the first King James from Akron. Look up in the sky again, Terry. How you doing?
Oh, I was checking out. I was checking out CNN.
Profile. It was giving them the profile.
No, I was looking at CNN. You know, your boy, your president, is doing something else special. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Right. We are Rolling Out AM, the wake up call. We appreciate you. Thanks to all who tuned in. Thanks. Share the show, and we'll see you soon. Rolling Out AM, Romeo and National, Portia Monique, First King James. We are Wake Up Call. Peace.
HBCU Town Hall tonight.
Oh, we got the flyer up. If we got the flyer, pull it up.
Yes,
pull it up.
Ashley. Oops, I'm not allowed to say Ashley's name. Ashley.
7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Our HBCUs. Educate. We're talking to college presidents. We talked to President Dr. Warwick this week on Monday, and we'll talk to the rest of them tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on Rolling Out Live Facebook. All right, y'all. We'll holla. See y'all tonight.